entitled Visionary, relates a few lessons she learned through years of possessing an invisible disability. Please welcome Kristie. When I was 9 years old, I was sent to the nurse's office for an eye exam. She would point at a line, and I would struggle and guess as best as I could as to what the letter was. A, E, C. Could people really see that? I thought she was trying to trick me. I spent that entire afternoon worrying about how glasses would look on me. And that night at the ophthalmologist, my parents were informed that I wouldn't be needing glasses at all, because I was diagnosed with juvenile macular degeneration, a disease that would leave me legally blind before I entered high school. It was difficult at first. It was hard to come to terms with this disease, but over all these years, I've learned a few life lessons. So today I share with you the 3 things being legally blind has taught me. Lesson number 1. It is 100% okay to be different. Throughout most of middle school, I pretended nothing was wrong with my eyesight. When teachers asked us to complete problem sets off the whiteboard, I pretended I was this badass student who didn't care about math and defied the man. And when kids would wave at me in the hallway, I would wave back enthusiastically but have no idea who they were. Their faces a complete blur. And by the time I entered high school, I was kind of sick of pretending. It was exhausting to put up this facade all the time. But I was nervous to be judged or ostracized or rejected when people found out about my visual impairment. And when the truth finally came out, it turns out no one really cared that much. My friends were still my friends, and my social life didn't come to this catastrophic crumble as I expected upon my scandalous revelation. I learned to embrace my imperfection, and because of it, I think I'm all the more interesting. Life lesson number 2. Playing the disability card has its advantages. I've earned over $13,000 in scholarships for school next fall through organizations for the blind. And next summer, I get to take an all-expense-paid, month-long trip to Cuba, just because I don't see very well. When I'm on the ski slopes, I wear this garish orange vest with the words visually impaired on it, and you would not believe how much room people give me except for the entire mountain to myself. I don't drive, so I'm never designated driver. There's that. I could go on and on about the myriad benefits there are to being visually impaired, but you might end up jealous of me. And thirdly, well, I learned the work ethic to overcome any sort of expectations that people set for me. It's true that people with disabilities are typically set to a lower standard than the rest of the general public. I remember a lot of times in school I wasn't expected to do well or to participate in sports or to be a leader in any capacity. In fact, I remember a time when a teacher was like, "Wow, you got an A? That's amazing considering your disability."
Wow.
And so I decided to become determined, and I grew this desire to become a role model for all these other visually impaired individuals whose dreams may have been truncated by this misconstrued societal limitation. And so I proved to myself in high school that I could work as hard as I needed to become whatever I wanted to be. And no matter how hard I had to work for it, I did prove to myself and to everyone else that I was capable. And so those are indeed the 3 life lessons I've learned in the last 10 years of non-2020 life. It's been a long road, and I wouldn't change what happened to me because I've grown so much from the experience. I have far less sight now, but I'm more of a visionary than ever before. Thank you.
Wow.